Now they move up. She's Artful comes up. Coming up on the outside is I'm Full of Excuses. Sheer Rock and Roll comes up. And Major Nick on the inside. $2,150 the distance. Nearly ready this time. And there's the green, they're off and racing. Major Nick on the inside and She's Artful both began quickly. Then came Sheer Rock and Roll and I'm Full of Excuses back towards the tail of the field. And as they sort themselves out, Major Nick drives through with the inside running and holds the lead, out by about a length and a half from She's Artful, and they are then being followed by Sheer Rock and Roll, and back towards the tail there is I'm Full of Excuses. They swing their way on towards the turn this time, and the early leader is Major Nick. It's Major Nick in front. Makes the play by about a length and a half. From moving up on the outside now, I'm Full of Excuses looking for the front, and shortly afterwards I'm Full of Excuses takes up the running by about a length and a half now from Major Nick. A length and a half further in behind him to She's Artful, and Sheer Rock and Roll is back in last position. They're about to make their way towards the back straight, and it's I'm Full of Excuses, the new leader, clear by about a length and a half. Racing second, Major Nick. A length and a half further in behind him, She's Artful, and a length and a half to Sheer Rock and Roll, which is back in last. Down by the back they go. I'm Full of Excuses is in front and clear by about a length and a half. Major Nick with the trail. A length and a half further in behind him in third position, She's Artful, and 2 lengths to Sheer Rock and Roll, which is back last as they swing off the back now with under 1,200 metres left to travel. And the pacemaker here is I'm Full of Excuses and clear by about a length and a half. Major Nick second. 2 lengths further in behind him, She's Artful, and Sheer Rock and Roll is back in last position as they're about to work their way towards the turn this time. And I'm Full of Excuses in front. It's I'm Full of Excuses the leader, clear by about 2 lengths from in second position, Major Nick. About 2 or 3 further in behind him, She's Artful, and back last at this stage is Sheer Rock and Roll. Under a lap left to travel. They're on the homeward run this time behind the leader, I'm Full of Excuses, and it's clear by about a length and a half. Major Nick second. 2 lengths to She's Artful, and about 2 then to Sheer Rock and Roll, which is back last. Down by the back they go. I'm Full of Excuses sprinting hard. I'm Full of Excuses the leader, clear by about 3 lengths. Major Nick. Sheer Rock and Roll moves up around the outside, and then came She's Artful as they swing off the back now with a little over 400 metres left to travel. I'm Full of Excuses the leader. Sheer Rock and Roll runs to second, and they are then being followed by Major Nick and She's Artful off the back this time. I'm Full of Excuses in front from Sheer Rock and Roll as they're about to swing their way towards a turn. I'm Full of Excuses the leader. Sheer Rock and Roll now moves to the outside. I'm Full of Excuses and Sheer Rock and Roll as they straighten. It's I'm Full of Excuses the leader. Sheer Rock and Roll down the outside. I'm Full of Excuses. Sheer Rock and Roll coming at it. I'm Full of Excuses. Sheer Rock and Roll. I'm Full of Excuses in front. I'm Full of Excuses wins at a half. Sheer Rock and Roll, and about 8 or 9 further in behind him to She's Artful and Major Nick.